I just gotta say that the like-dislike meter on Disney's Aladdin, the second trailer, I feel is a little bit unfair, mainly because the trailer, in my opinion, was not that bad. I mean, yeah, Jafar could be older, but I just love the soundtrack. I thought it was a badass trailer up until the very end where, yes, the CGI is a little rough for the Genie, and there have been some fans online that have actually fixed it to make it look more like the cartoon Genie, but I actually don't mind the Genie looking like Will Smith, because honestly, if I go watch this movie, that is why I'm watching it, because of Will Smith. He's worth the price of admission alone. And remember, the Genie can warp into many different animals and stationary objects, so he will be very cartoony throughout this film, or at least I'm hoping he is, because that's going to be a huge wasted opportunity if he's not. I just thought I'd give you guys my 2 cents on the trailer because I am a huge Disney fan. But I have some good news for you today if you love Dragon Ball Unguarded. Today, you're going to be able to make a difference in Frieza's story.
Know your place, worm. Prepare yourself. Damn Saiyan.
So guys, we have a serious dilemma here on our hands, and for those of you guys who love Dragon Ball Unguarded, well, it's time for you guys to come together and help Lady Tygry, which is the creator of Dragon Ball Unguarded, come up with a decision for the future of the series, the future of Frieza's story in Dragon Ball Unguarded. Now, if you don't know what Dragon Ball Unguarded is, I'm going to have a link to my Dragon Ball Unguarded playlist in the description below, as well as a link to Lady Tygry's comic series, Dragon Ball Unguarded, so you can go ahead and read it for yourselves. But essentially, it is the story, fan-made manga story, of Frieza and his life before he even met the Saiyans, or his life leading up to his fateful decision of hating the Saiyans. Now, we've seen the canon version portrayed in Dragon Ball Super Broly, and they did a very good job there, and the characteristics of Frieza are carried over very well from not only the anime and the movie, but from the special, The Story of Bardock, The History of Bardock. So, for those of you guys who want to see a new take on Frieza, this is a brand new take, although, be warned, for those of you guys easily triggered, Frieza has a Saiyan friend in this story. It's basically the story of Anakin and Ahsoka from the Clone Wars, in the sense that who knows what happens to the Saiyan girl. We did not know what was going to happen to Ahsoka as we were watching Clone Wars until the very end, because remember, Clone Wars takes place before episode 3 where there is no Ahsoka, so it's kind of that story. We don't know where Frieza's Saiyan friend is going to go or what's going to happen to her, but today we have an opportunity to make a decision, and I'm going to have a poll in the community tab, and I'm sure Lady Tygry is going to look at the poll and see what you guys want to do, what the Black Squad wants to do. The question is, she realizes that Dragon Ball Unguarded is a huge story. It's a story that has been spanning a long time, a few chapters, and these Dragon Ball fan mangas are not easy to create. And since Dragon Ball Unguarded takes a lot of time, she does not want to risk the rest of her fan manga stories that she has. She does not want to risk continuing them just because she's adding so many layers to Dragon Ball Unguarded. So she is still going to continue Dragon Ball Unguarded as of now, but here is the question. She's got a lot of detail and a lot of layers, a lot of fluff, a lot of stuff that really piles on the connection between Frieza and his Saiyan friend, all for that buildup of what happens to his Saiyan friend. So the decision is whether or not to continue the story as is, with her continuing the story as is, adding all the layers, all the fluff, all the depth that there could be for Frieza and his story, with running the risk of someday not being able to finish Dragon Ball Unguarded. She may have to do something else or put an end to it, and it would be a Dragon Ball fan manga story that would have no end. We would never find out what would happen or what did happen to the Saiyan that follows Frieza around. So the second option that we have here is she can streamline the story to hurry up the ending. She can streamline the story, cut out all that filler that basically adds the depth to the story, essentially rushing to the end, and have a guaranteed end so she can then afterward work on other projects, her other fan mangas that she has, but at least it's guaranteed to end. It's guaranteed to have an ending. This is a hard decision for any Dragon Ball fan manga creator. I mean, there are a lot, and you guys have seen them, a lot of Dragon Ball fan mangas that don't have an end. And the most notorious one is probably Dragon Ball Shippuden. Everyone loves that story. Everybody has been pushing for that story, for the artist and the creator to go back and finish it, but these things are time consuming, and they ended up moving on to other projects and leaving the story without an ending. You guys, help Lady Tygry out. Go to the community tab and vote on what you want her to do with her fan manga. What do you want her to do with her story? Again, this is not easy for anybody. And if she ends up cutting out stuff that really gets us invested into these characters, it could be a detriment to the quality of the story and its ending and that emotional punch to whatever happens to Frieza's friend. But in the same token, if the story continues as is, and you guys have been asking me to cover more chapters, there is sort of a semi-chapter out right now that I will be covering tomorrow, but there really isn't much because there is so much that she wants to add when it comes to their relationship. If she continues on this path, there is a possibility that we will never find out, that this manga could have no ending because she has to move on with life. And that's understandable. This is going to be BlackScape signing off. Take care, guys.